Hi there, Bob Leda here, and welcome to this episode of Stepping into the River. In this one, we're going to explore support and the use of energy. My feeling on all of this is that you have only so much energy at any particular moment. And the more that's used up by keeping yourself upright, the less that's available for your artistic expression. And the converse is also true. The more support you can get from being connected to the greater world, the less you have to support yourself. That's what it feels like. And that means you have all this extra energy available for your artistic expression or whatever else you might be doing. So you'll see this today with a saxophone player and his sense of how large a world he was playing in, how large a world he was supported by. As that world was bigger and he was able to draw more support from a bigger space, his playing expanded quite naturally with no extra effort. So take a look, take a listen, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay. Okay, Joseph, we are on. We got your crew, extra eyes and ears, to offer insight and illumination into how you go about playing. We'll do our usual stuff. Compare top half to bottom half, left to right, front to back, and what you might notice about Joseph's breathing. Is there anything else that you'd like them to focus on while experiencing all of this?
Maybe angles of like
Angles.
arm or body or
Okay, so this will be sort of an efficiency kind of thing?
maybe.
Yeah, okay. So once again, the shapes that Joseph takes and what comes from them. I'm going to get out of the way. It's all yours. We can do something more physical, which we may have done already. We can do something more psychological about how you feel about your surroundings. Which do you prefer?
Psychological.
Okay, all right, so what we're going to do, this is a two-parter. As you're playing, in your mind, how large is the space that you're standing on? I have a few notes, check it out. See, and this is, there's no literal answer. This is where I'm standing. How big is that? What do you think?
Medium size?
And more, yeah, medium, but more in front than in back, yeah?
Right.
Right, so there's kind of like nothing back here.
Right.
Okay. And then how high is the space that you play in? So, try it. Well, try it and see, it's.
Medium.
Medium once
Taller,
again.
but
Taller, but certainly not all the way up to the
Right.
ceiling, right? Okay. Then this way, how deep is the space that you play
not very
in?
deep.
Yeah, okay, right. And finally, how wide is the space that you play
Kind of. Not like super wide.
in? All right,
Like
but once
that.
again, this sort of not so big, nice and comfortable, reasonably enclosed. I don't know if you all see that, but I agree with what you're saying from what I see. Are you willing to try to play in a bigger space?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do a hands thing as part of this. All right, so I'm going to do is put my hand here. And so this floor that you're standing on does go all the way to the margins of the room. And the earth that the floor is standing on goes even farther than that. So stand on as much of the earth that is okay. That is okay. Just sort of get in touch. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh, Joseph, good going. All right. And then occupy as much of the sky as is comfortable. And the sky extends all the way around, so as much of that. And be supported by what's behind you as well as all of this. Go ahead and play. What did you see? What did you hear? Hoi.
I see it's better than the first time you play, yeah. I feel like the phrases are more like going soft, yeah. And you feel the phrase better, yeah. I really like how to control the sound. The sound is like much better and you're more like confident, yeah, and more like passion. Yeah, I can hear from the phrase. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? What did you see? What did you hear? Is that a hand up or a head spread?
Kind of, yeah. I guess I feel like you had. I mean, I guess confidence is maybe the right word, but I feel like you, if anything, it was like you took more chances, like you were a little bit more exploratory, which is really cool.
Nicola, you had your
Yeah, I think also your sound was like projecting much more in the room.
Yeah.
Like the notes, they were like more decayed.
No, I'm with you on that. And it projected all of that way rather than being sort of focused is too strong a word, but it was held. You know, it was held this way before. This time it just went everywhere. Yeah, Oscar.
I got the same the same feeling, but I think it's more than the instrument. I thought it was. I think it does tie into confidence. I think it like was a very just conveying and like what's the word? Convincing. Yeah, it was very just. I don't know. It was great.
Was that a different experience for you, sir?
It was.
Any words?
Yeah, definitely think about playing larger, or that there's, I guess, more around me, or like more space to fill up. Yeah.
Yeah, and for what was in my mind, it was just what I saw happening, which was great, is that you inhabited more space. You know, and yes, the sound was coming from the middle here, but you really fill into the space where one feels supported. And when you're occupying that space back there, it makes a difference. When you're occupying the space underneath your feet, it makes a difference, going up and all that. And that was just glorious the way it came out. Oh my gosh. So thank you.
Thank you.
Give this man a hand. Hi, welcome back. I hope you saw and heard the changes that the students in class saw and heard. The big thing for me with this is how well you can start to move into the space that's above. In the Alexander world, we call this moving up. It's not that you lift yourself up, there's this flow that comes up this way, while you're still grounded, because gravity is going down that way. Then, if you have an expansive world that's supporting you, things are just so much easier. And then, as one commentator said, yeah, you can take more risks. Thanks for being here this week. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye for now.